Protect your DNA. BioPQQ can promote formation of new mitochondria. Infowarsstore.com.
ISIS has flattened yet another document of human history. In war, there are essentially three ways that historic monuments are destroyed, either in a hail of gunfire as it's exchanged by warring soldiers, or demolished by bombs dropped from the air, or more recently, by a Frankenstein monster of religious zealots arrogantly expressing their domination of a captured area and destruction of idols.
Hundreds of casualties in air raids on Syrian market. And the media is demonizing the Syrian government, saying, how dare they? It looks like a bunch of civilians got killed because Al-Qaeda, ISIS, as they always do, based their head base in the city they'd taken over. This is admitted, in the middle of the market, because there's buildings within the market. Syria has now turned the tide against the rebels 2 years ago. Now they've had the tide turned against them. The rebels hold more than 60% of the country. They're taking major towns and cities every week. Russia is basically starting to withdraw support from Syria. It looks like it's going to fall to Al-Qaeda. And they are going to murder every Christian and Jew they get their hands on. And then you'll hear our media go, gee, Syria's so failed. They're killing everyone. It's so sad. Just like Libya.
Recently, Syrian scholar Khaled Al-Asaad was beheaded by ISIS militants as a stark message to President Bashir Al-Assad, as ISIS wages its United Nations and CIA-backed horror across the Middle East into the jowls of Damascus. The legendary 82-year-old scholar had been interrogated for a month over the location of treasures from Palmyra. His beheaded and mutilated corpse was hung from one of the Roman-era column ruins in the ancient Syrian city. With him dissipates decades of world history and irreplaceable relics that stood for thousands of years. Before the destruction of Palmyra, the ancient Assyrian city of Nimrud, the site believed to have been where the Tower of Babel was built, was destroyed in March. Secretary of State John Kerry said he was disturbed by the destruction in Nimrud. Yet none of this would have happened without Kerry's hidden hand allowing the ISIS monster to grow on his watch. Mark Altawil, professor of archaeology at University College of London, said, "I would describe Nimrud as one of the really unique archaeological sites in the entire ancient Near East. Nimrud is the capital of the first empire in this long series of empires that have profound significance in the way this region develops and ultimately how it affects our own society." In March of 2015, ISIS ravaged Iraq's antiquities, destroying the ancient royal city of Sargon at Khorzabad, northeast of Mosul. The ancient city of Hatra and the Mosul Museum, where many of the Assyrian artifacts were housed, was destroyed. The multi-million-dollar Mosul library that housed thousands of ancient books and manuscripts were looted and used for firewood, and Jonah's tomb was blown up, Jonah's story being one that is spread among all faiths. Meanwhile, the United Nations stands by and wrings its hands, deeming the destruction a war crime, refusing to own up to any of the blame while supporting the New World Order in its bid for global dominance, bursting with the demons of the United States and United Nations supported obliteration of human history. John Bound for Infowars.com.
You want the best that's out there at the lowest price anywhere? Well, we're bringing you a total win-win. The ultimate value, cutting-edge, trailblazing game changer that also supports the InfoWar. We have produced a limited run of DNA Force, and it will take up to 12 weeks to produce more once we sell out. Secure your DNA Force today at InfoWarsLife.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139. DNA Force from InfoWars Life.